Today, we're going to pretend we're happy that it's not, and that it's not icky and cold outside.
Yeah,
it's a tough one to put a smile on your face today.
It's just when it's gloomy and dreary and it's Monday morning.
I want to stay in bed.
I would like to be asleep right now.
Yeah.
I love my job. Yeah, but I'm tired.
It doesn't feel like summer. Well, we'll get to Lydia's forecast in just a moment. I'd like to remind you all the time. We are on Facebook Live right around this time every weekday morning, sometime between 8 and 8:30 every weekday morning, but it stays on your feed throughout the day, so you can watch it whenever it works best for you in case you are just wanting to stay in bed under the covers and you're not looking at your phone, but most of us want to be there with our phone in bed. And of course, you can listen to it as a podcast as well. We make that into a podcast when we're done. Go to inform.com/podcast. Just look for the Inform Minute. I guess if you're inside and on your phone, that's kind of the perfect dreary day activity.
Yeah. It's a good movie day. Read a book.
Pool's open today.
That's right.
I'll get to that in a bit, but it's not a great pool day.
It's just not. That's just a matter of fact. We've got a lot of summer left. It will get nicer. Even tomorrow looks nicer. Today, cloudy, drizzly, dreary, misty even over on the Minnesota side. Enough to reduce some visibility. We've got some visibility issues over in Minnesota. Plus, it's windy, too, out of the northwest, gusting 30 to 35. Keeping us cool today. Highs only in the 60s. And truly, I think we spend most of the day in the 50s and then just briefly get into the 60s late afternoon, early evening. A few showers on the Minnesota side still expected off and on throughout the day. We will have a clearing line, so some sunshine working its way in from the west. Areas out west, you could see the sun through the afternoon toward the evening. Peaks of sun around sunset time here in town, and that eventually leads to more sun for your Tuesday. I have a high near 80 for tomorrow. Much better pool weather tomorrow.
Nice turnaround.
Wind out of the southwest, 10 to 20, going back to the northwest, but not bad. A comfortable day for tomorrow. Temperatures mainly in the 70s then to finish out the week. Friday looks a little bit cool. I've got a high near 70, so probably most of the day in the 60s. But lighter winds, some sunshine, so not the dreariness of today necessarily, or what you saw yesterday for your Sunday either. Next chance of showers and storms does come about Thursday. I think mainly focused in South Dakota. We could get kind of scraped with some of those. Up north, you're unlikely to see those. Otherwise, temperatures are in the 70s to near 80 for Father's Day weekend. That's coming up if you need to make your Father's Day gifts and plans. I feel like that one snuck up on me.
Me too.
I don't know why. So that's coming up on Sunday. I've got a high near 80 for both Fargo, Grand Forks on Sunday. Chance of showers, storms. I'm kind of thinking more Monday, so we'll watch the timing if that wiggles at all. I wouldn't cancel your backyard barbecue plans for Dad just yet. Chance of storms then about Monday, Tuesday, kind of an active stormier pattern setting up there to end the weekend and head back to work next week with highs mid to upper 70s. Very on par for this time of year. Very on average, if you will. Could have a couple passes of wildfire smoke with our wind out of the northwest today, tomorrow. I don't see it being the thick surface stuff where it makes it stinky or reduces visibility, but kind of that hazier look to the sky. You probably won't notice it today, but tomorrow where we have more sun, it could just look a little filtered, a little hazy for tomorrow. Okay, I think that's about it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Well, today, state lawmakers in Minnesota are racing the clock, heading into a special session this morning to finish the state budget. The regular session ended May 19th, but key bills remain unfinished. Since they've wrapped up the regular session, conference committees have been working on final details. Now lawmakers must pass 14 bills, including changes to tax laws, education funding, and Minnesota Care eligibility for undocumented adult immigrants. The session starts at 10 this morning, must wrap up by 7 tomorrow morning. If a budget isn't passed by the end of June, Minnesota faces a partial government shutdown starting July 1st. And while lawmakers are back at the Capitol, one state senator is spending her day in court. Senator Nicole Mitchell is due in a Detroit Lakes courtroom today for a settlement conference ahead of her trial next week. She's accused of breaking into her stepmom's home to retrieve items belonging to her late father. Mitchell faces a burglary charge and another charge for allegedly using a crowbar during the break-in. If no agreement is reached today, her trial is set to begin June 16th. Tonight, the Fargo City Commission could approve Fargo's next fire chief. The selection committee is recommending Gary Lorenz for the position. He was actually with Fargo Fire for 28 years before becoming the chief in Grand Forks. If he gets the okay from the commission, he'd start as chief in July. We touched on this a bit, but the weather is not cooperating. Still, though, Fargo public pools are opening today for the season. We're talking about Davies, the Roger Gress Northside Pool, the Southwest Rec Pool, the Madison Pool, and Splash Pad all open today. Of course, Fargo schools just wrapped up school last week. Graduation's on Sunday, so now their lifeguards are all ready to go. All pools will be open from noon to 4 and then 5 to 8 during the week. The Island Park Pool, still under renovation. Everyone's excited for that one to open. It's supposed to open 1 week from today. That's June 16th. President Donald Trump says he may send Marines to Los Angeles as violent protests continue in that city. At least 3 officers have been hurt. We do know more than 50 people have been arrested. The unrest began after immigration raids led to over 100 arrests, and the president deployed the National Guard without the California governor's approval. Governor Gavin Newsom calls it illegal, while Trump says he's ready to take further action if needed. And this one kind of hits close to home, even though it was in Las Vegas. If you've been to Las Vegas, you've been on the Strip likely. Well, 2 people are dead this morning after a shooting near the Bellagio Hotel last night, right next to the iconic fountain show. Police say it was a targeted attack sparked by an online argument. The suspect has been identified, but is still on the run. So stick with the news leader. We'll continue to track that story for you as well. Coming up this morning on Hot Mic from 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra, the life and times of a college athlete forever changed over the weekend. He's going to be talking about how schools can start directly paying athletes. Plus, the Bison 2026 recruiting class heats up with a pair of commitments out of the Twin Cities. You'll get to meet them. Hot Mic is live from 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra, also streaming on Inforum.com. Remember to join us for our newscast throughout the day on this Monday morning. Our next newscast is at 11 this morning. It's an hour-long newscast. And then we start again at 4 this afternoon, 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10, and we'll be back tomorrow morning from 5 to 7 for more First News. Have a great day, everyone.